4-3 over the New York Islanders. Yes, your Chicago Blackhawks go into Long Island and beat the Islanders 4-3 in a game where the Islanders really took charge. Shots on goal shows it by itself. 12-12 in the first period. 7-12 in favor for the Islanders in the second period. 5-23 in favor for the Islanders in the third period. Total shots on goal, 24-47 in favor for New York. Arvid Soderblom in net tonight, facing 47 shots, making 44 saves. He was on his head, especially in that third period of play. Making his NHL debut, number 15, Anton Frondell today had himself a solid game. Yes, he was out there for 2 goals against, but he also helped produce a goal. Frondell had a good game for his NHL debut, in my opinion, and he looked solid, especially just traveling into North America just a day ago. So Frondell, with little rest, had himself a solid game. Nick Lardis was a star. That Frank Nazar, Lardis, and Bertuzzi line was phenomenal in this one. The Hawks played a good 40 minutes of play, and then there was that third period of play. But they killed off 2 power plays of the Islanders. The Hawks also had 2 power plays of their own that were killed off. But they were able to bend but not break in the third. That's how it went. The Hawks were able to put that average age of 22 years old in the first 2 lines out there, and that's where the offense produced. And it was fun to watch. First period of play starts the game off was the opening faceoff of Connor Bedard versus Bo Horvat. Oh, wait, no. Bedard decides to not take the draw. He goes over to Frondell on the right wing, taps him on the shin pads, and say, go take your first face-off in the NHL. That there is great leadership by Connor Bedard and a great moment for Frondell in his NHL debut. However, it doesn't work out. The Islanders win the faceoff, go down the ice, and at 49 seconds into the first period, Anders Lee scores his 16th of the season by tipping in a shot from Matthew Schaefer and Bo Horvat to make it a 1-0 game. Okay, then I was like, okay, that's not a good start. We just gave up a very early goal, 49 seconds into the play. Frondell's out there, Bedard's out there, and Ryan Green out there. Not a good way to start the game. However, they start finding their game after this. The Islanders continued to press. The Hawks were barely getting off down the ice, but they do midway through the period. And at 12:46 in the first period, scored by number 76, Nick Lardis, his 7th of the season. Assisted by number 91, Frankie Nazar. And number 59, Tyler Bertuzzi. To give the game up to make it a tied 1-1 apiece. And this goal all started off on a 2-on-0 breakaway with Nazar and Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi gets the puck from Nazar. Nazar gets it back from Bertuzzi, misses on his shot, but gets the puck behind the net, sees Nick Lardis driving into the slot, feeds it right behind the net up to Lardis. Lardis buries it past Dave Riddick, and the Hawks tie the game up. And then that starts some momentum going for your Chicago Blackhawks. The Hawks were pressing hard, getting more opportunities down the ice, getting a couple chances, good looks, and well, late in the period at 18:06 in the first period, scored by number 95, Ilya Mikheyev, his 14th of the season, assisted by number 15, Anton Frondell, to make it a 2-1 Hawks lead over the New York Islanders. Frondell gets the puck in the neutral zone, sauces it up to Ilya Mikheyev, driving into the offensive zone, and Mikheyev goes 5-hole on Dave Riddick to make it a 2-1 game, and Anton Frondell has his first point in the National Hockey League off this goal by Mikheyev. Then the Hawks are not done yet, because about a minute and a half later at 19:31 in the first period, scored by number 59, Tyler Bertuzzi, his 29th of the season, assisted by number 72, Alex Vlasic, and number 76, Nick Lardis, to make it a 3-1 Hawks lead with 30 seconds left in the first period. This goal by Bertuzzi, he goes to his office in that goal crease area and puts in a tip in that goes up, gets it down on the ice, and then puts it in past Dave Riddick, who is out of his net, and the Hawks lead by 2 at the end of 1. The Hawks started out slow in the first period. However, the Hawks started finding their game, especially that Nazar, Lardis, Bertuzzi line. That's when it sparked momentum from that first goal by Lardis. Then later on, Frondell gets his first point in the National Hockey League by assisting on a Ilya Mikheyev goal, and Bertuzzi adding to the lead late in his office on that goal crease. So that's good to see. We go into the second period of play. New goalie in net for the New York Islanders. It's Ilya Sorokin. Sorokin goes in to solidify the net more for the Islanders. And, well, the Hawks come out pressing, moving the puck well, getting some opportunities off. And at 6:02 in the second period, scored by number 91, Frank Nazar, his 12th of the season, assisted by number 76, Nick Lardis, to make it a 4-1 Hawks lead over the New York Islanders. This goal by Frankie was all set up by Lardis. Lardis feeds the puck right over to Nazar. Nazar buries it past Sorokin, and the Hawks lead 4-1 over the Islanders. Islanders start finding their game back midway through the period. Can't get anything past Soderblom. We go into the third period of play where it was all New York. New York comes out moving the puck well, getting a ton of chances early and often. Hawks had a hard time getting out of the defensive zone. The Islanders continued to press and moving the puck well. The Islanders continued to hold the Hawks into the defensive zone. And while at 8:45 in the third period, Holmstrom scores his 18th of the season, assisted by Mayfield, to make it a 2-goal game. The Islanders are now on the board with the momentum all in their hands. They continue to press, and while they pull their goalie in Sorokin late in regulation with 4 minutes left in regulation, Cal Riddick scores his Kyle Ritchie scores his 10th of the season, assisted by Susi and Barzal to make it a 4-3 game. Then the Islanders pull Sorokin again. Hawks get penalized late with about 45 seconds left in regulation time. Donato going to the box, and the Hawks need a kill. And well, on that penalty kill, the Hawks were successful getting the puck out of the D zone, and the Islanders do not tie this game up, and the Hawks win 4-3 over the New York Islanders. This was an entertaining game, nerve-wracking game, and a great moment game as well. Anton Frondell getting his first NHL point. Arvid Soderblom having a very strong game in net. And Nick Lardis, a 3-point game for himself. This was one of those games to remember. This was a young Blackhawk team out there that was able to beat a team who's fighting for their playoff lives. That's how you get this mojo going. And that was a fun game. So down in the comments down below, I want to hear what your thoughts were on tonight's action. And thank you for watching the broadcast. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And most of all, Hawks win! Hawks win! And welcome to the National Hockey League, Anton Frondell!